I don't think it's a coincidence that you're here on this video. I believe there's a greater calling inside of you that is also telling you that there is more to life, more than what you are currently creating and experiencing. And this doesn't necessarily have to mean more in quantity, but also more depth, understanding, and awareness. Society is programming you to move away from discomfort into what's easy, into what's comfortable. And we are numbing ourselves and distracting ourselves with cheap dopamine, like social media, porn, video games, alcohol, and drugs. And this is where most men lose themselves. This is where men forget their potential. They are disconnected from their greatness. And we need more men to awaken, to break free, and to rise. And this is a first video in a series called The Awakened Man, a path to true masculinity. And in this series, I'll be covering different aspects of the awakened man. And in this first video, I'll go over 4 key truths. And the first truth is the awakened man breaks free from conditioning. In a world that tells you what a man should be like, the awakened man chooses who he becomes. Most men are following rules that they didn't even choose themselves. And I was reflecting back on my teenage years, and I realized that at the age of 14, 15 years old, I started to ask myself the big life questions. As in, what is the meaning of life? Why am I here? Who am I? Why are we doing what we are doing? Where do all these feelings and emotions come from? Where do all these thoughts come from? And many questions like this. What I didn't realize back then is that this is where my awakening journey started. I was breaking free from conditioning, and I was connecting to my own truth. I was choosing my own truth. And this is a core element of the awakened man. In popular terms, we call this unplugging from the matrix. And there is a very important nuance here that most men miss. Because there's usually a guru telling you how you are conditioned by school, by society, by your family and friends, and how you are forced into a path that's maybe not in alignment with yours. And it's necessary for any man to have this realization, to see how they are conditioned. But the thing that most men miss is when they unplug from the societal matrix, they plug into the matrix of the guru. They just blindly follow their beliefs, their values, and their actions. So they trade one form of control for a different one. And they're still stuck in the matrix. I believe real unplugging means that you question everything, even what a guru is telling you. Why are you doing the things that you're doing? Why do you believe the things that you believe in? If you don't have clear arguments and answers to these questions, then you took them from someone else and you just ran with it as if it's your truth. And for the awakened man, it's key to wake up to his conditioning, to break free from this, and to awaken to a greater truth that's within him. It's this relentless commitment to living life on your terms. And this is not a one and done thing. This is a continuous journey and process, because in different seasons and stages of life, there's different things to awaken to. And a different truth for the awakened man is that he goes beyond superficial masculinity. Most men are pursuing status, money, a six-pack, beautiful women. And they think that this is what they want. They think that this will make them valuable. Superficial masculinity is the pursuit of these superficial things, like money, status, six-pack, beautiful women, without the alignment to a deeper purpose and mission. And the awakened man is going beyond this. He understands the importance and the necessity of creating financial freedom, of creating a strong physique, of creating beautiful, deep, powerful relationships. But the nuance here as well is he doesn't see this as the end goal. It's a means to a different end. It's a vehicle to a deeper purpose and mission. Society is reducing men to these metrics, as in status, wealth, power. But the awakened man is choosing not to play this game. He creates his own game. And this is why he is the one that can be controlled. Which also brings me to the point of the awakened man is a master of his internal world. Most men repress emotions and feelings. For some reason, we have the idea that feelings and emotions makes us weak. There's also, I believe, a wrong idea about stoicism and being stoic, because we think this is the absence of feelings and emotions. So most men are repressing all the feelings and emotions, but they are still there. They are still influencing you from the shadows, in the darkness that's within you. They are guiding your thoughts, feelings, and actions, if you like it or not. And this is where most men have all these triggers and thoughts and emotions, and they have no idea where this is coming from. And I believe real stoicism is allowing all the feelings and emotions to be there, but not being reactive to them. You understand where they are coming from. And you're able to dissolve it, you're able to integrate it, you're able to master it, and choose intentionally. Because when there is no enemy within, the enemy outside of you can do you no harm. And the man that hasn't looked within, he's so easy to be influenced by something outside of him. And that's why when you look at within, you can be controlled. Nothing outside of you can control you because you are awakened to your own truth. And this is, again, a necessary process for the awakened man. And it takes courage. It takes courage to look within, to look at the darkness that's there, all the shame, all the guilt, all the fear, all the lust, all the regret. But you don't want to back down from this. You want to integrate this because in the darkness, you will find parts of yourself. You will find a level of strength that will be unmatched because this will create a space also where nothing outside of you can define you. No amount of failures, adversity, rejections can define you. And society is creating all these boxes and labels also to make sense of the world, but the awakened man, he integrates everything. He understands that he can be bold, aggressive, relentless, courageous, and at the same time, gentle, loving, soft, caring. He understands that he can be spiritual and build a $1 million business at the same time. He is creating his own rules, and that's why he is the one that can be controlled. Which also brings me to the last point. The awakened man leads from a place of vulnerability. We often think that vulnerability is a weakness. And what I mean by vulnerability is not that we are crying about everything. I believe leading with vulnerability is leading from authenticity. There's already enough fakeness in this world. There are so many people who are just putting up a performance to be liked by others. People who think that the amount of views that they have on content, the amount of likes that they have, the status that they have, that this creates their value as a human being. It's like, no wonder that so many people are lonely. So many people are disconnected. No wonder why we lack deep, meaningful relationships and connections. And this is why I believe it's so necessary for more men to lead from a place of vulnerability. And this doesn't mean crying about everything. I don't believe vulnerability is a weakness. I believe it's a strength because it requires courage. Courage to show up with authenticity, even though it's uncomfortable. Which means showing up real, raw, open, honest. We're not going to be filtering. And this is how you create deep connections in this world. Because how can you ever create a connection with someone else if you're pretending to be someone else and you're constantly changing who you are just to be liked by others? And this is also where the integration again happens of different aspects, where the awakened man is integrating vulnerability, this openness, this rawness, this honesty, at the same time with strength, with courage, with boldness. And we need more men to lead from the space because this will inspire others to open up as well, to be real with each other. For the awakened man is not about perfection. We are striving towards alignment, towards integrity. We embrace how perfectly imperfect we are as humans. And the awakened journey begins with a choice, with a decision to no longer live on autopilot and to wake up to a higher purpose and to live from this purpose and this mission that is within you. And of course, there's a lot more to uncover about the awakened man, which I'll do in the upcoming videos. And in the next video, I'll talk about why it's so important to have the awakened man in today's society. So I'll see you in the next video. And this is where your awakening starts.